So here we are, almost 6 months to the day. I think it was actually 6 months yesterday when I bought this rig. And we are putting coolant, transmission fluid in it, and I've got to bolt in a rear shackle after some paint dries, a drop shackle. And then we put in some gas and bring the thunder. Let's hope everything works well. So I didn't film the installation, but I got my new cross member in. Love that. That's lots of room for exhaust up there. And I see a mistake I made, and I didn't put my fuel lines back up there, but they're coming apart anyway because we're jacking with the gas tank. Cross member's in. Cool. So now I'm going to add some coolant. I'm using concentrate because I already had it. So we're going to put some in it, check for leaks. Got this anti-air bubbler thing on here. I like this. Works well when you get the fluid in. Start the vehicle, let it idle, and it will bleed out all the air through the funnel. I'm going to stop there. Do an initial leak check. Down low, petcock's closed. So far so good. Let's keep going. We lost a lot of radiator fluid. This is concentrate, so I'm going to go get a gallon of water to put in here with it. Alright, so that is my coolant of choice because I had it from a project long ago. And I'm going to use some cheap distilled water from the Dollar General store. We call that the Morristown Mall. So far so good, probably won't know until I start it. So the other thing we did was service the transmission. So we're going to have to put trans fluid in this thing. Put a new filter and gasket and a new pan. I put a pan with a drain plug from Speedway Engineering. Transmission fluid for this project because it was cheaper on Amazon than it was at O'Reilly's. Preemptive protection, just in case. Alright, quick check on the trans pan, make sure no leaks there. Let's see what we got. Alright, I don't see any leaks. Don't know how much I'm going to need, so let's just give it a quick check. Oh yeah, we still need more. Probably take that whole gallon, may take more. This thing is was a leaker. Registering blood yet? Oh yeah. That's showing blood up to the full line, so we'll leave it there until we get it started. At least I know I'm not going to burn up the pump. I'm getting a little excited now. I'm ready to get this thing fired up. But for the moment, we're going to cap that off so we don't get any dirt in the coolant system. Then we are going to go around to the back side and put that shackle on. Alright, so we've already finagled this puppy in. These are 2-inch drop shackles I got on Amazon for like $28. Perfect. Got new grade 8 hardware for it. Had some washers already. These are urethane bushings, so I've got some prothane grease that I'm going to use for this, that I use on the front end of my Tundra. These washers are maybe a little bit big diameter, but I had them. These washers work better. These black washers might work better. Nope. Alright. Forget that. Let's get this puppy jacked up. Tell you what, trying to get this out was a giant mess. To get the to replace that sockeye, I had to drill out the rubber. I'll show you the pieces. So these are some of the pieces. That's the inside. This goes in the middle of that and it's surrounded by rubber. I had to drill the rubber out to get this knocked out, to cut this from the inside, fold it in and peel it back. I did a short on it. Somebody said, well, why didn't you just cut the bolt head off and try to pull it through the backside with a stack of washers? Well, I did that. And you see those threads? And that sucker did not move. So I ended up, I'll show you here when I get this. Now I'll show you right now. So where this is going to sit down in here, but on the old shackle, I cut the bolt head off, tried to drive the bolt through with a stack of washers and the nut on the other side and the impact gun with 1,400 pounds of torque. That didn't do anything. So I ended up grinding the bolt down on this side and the bolt down on the inside, the other side here, and knocking that thing out with a hammer. And that finally worked, but it was a pain in the butt. Alright, so maybe this is a better view for you anyway for this, so you can see what I'm doing. Except that might be where my jack needs to go. So many tools in the area. We used impact gun, we used grinder, we used reciprocating saw, we used a drill, hammers, chisels. I had everything out. I had the air hammer out. All right, see if I can move the jack over here without knocking you guys around. All right, before that goes in, I am going to grease them. Because these are urethane, some urethanes you can't use regular grease with. This didn't say, but this is a prothane grease I've got for my Tundra, and this crap's about $75 a tube. I don't like using it on anything but the Tundra, but because this is urethane, I'm going to use it on it. I'm not going to use much. So I'm doing it on the outside of the bushings. The inside has got a zerk on it, so the inside will get some shots. This stuff is sticky. And hopefully that will help this drop in as I jack it up. And we can hit that hole. Looks like right about there. Boom, all right. Awesome. I think that's all 15/16. Give this thing some pumps of grease while I've got the gun out. It's 15/16. Why didn't that seem like that fit? (13/16). All right, can't read. Ugga-duggas. I'm not even torquing it. We're just ugga-dugging. I have no idea what the torque spec is on it anyway. All right, well, the only thing left to do back here as I rise you up, bring you down, is the shocks. I have not messed with this shock at all. You know, it's not doing anything. So we are now sitting down, 2-inch drop in the front and a 2-inch drop in the rear. Yeah, I can't see. We'll get a better picture when we get her out because we're close to firing it up. I'm about ready to put fuel in it. All right, we're back in here. We've got some coolant in. We've got some trans fluid in. The shackle's done. The exhaust is done. The brakes are done. We checked a lot of things off the list. There's about 3 gallons of gas in it. Oil's good. We're gonna see if she gets any fuel up here to the top and maybe she'll bark off. Take one, 6 months after purchase. Is she gonna fire? Just put fuel in, it's all new fuel system. All right, we'll see, is it even trying to pull fuel up to the pump, to the filter? Oh yeah, we're getting fuel, look at that. We're getting fuel in the filter, so she should be about to bark. First time, she's been running in almost 6 months. Come on, baby. It's alive! It's alive. Yep, getting too much fuel. She's alive. She's alive. You can see we're bleeding out that coolant system. Just keep going until the bubbles stop. Let her come up to temp too, I guess. No leaks so far, other than when I spilled some. But it didn't like the choke. It didn't want the choke on. She's smoky. Got about 40 pounds of oil pressure. Temperature's coming up on the temp gauge. Gas gauge was working. It's charging. Awesome. She is finally running back together. No leaks. 2-inch drop. New fuel system. She's loud. New wheels and tires. Six months. Been off the road. In the shop. All right, let's see if she'll just spin around the block. It's rough with no shocks. Oh yeah, back end's rough with no shocks on it. Here we got amps, we got oil pressure. The oil pressure was higher earlier. It's coming up to temp. Now the fuel gauge doesn't seem to be working now. I don't have enough room to get her up and to see if she'll shift into second gear. Not a good place for me to go out here right now. She lit them up. Well, that's funny. With ease. Nice. Might have to bleed the brakes again. They seem a little bit, they work, but they seem just a little bit spongy. All right, I'm gonna stop here because I'm gonna pull it in forward in the shop so I can work on the weather strip on this other door and do some other things.